Dr. Levy, we know your involvement in HCU spans decades. Can you tell us more about those early years and what was evolving in the discovery of HCU and your involvement in that process?
Well, let me tell you, Mark. The telephone rang at the laboratory. I was into the beginning of my second year fellowship at the Mass General Hospital in the amino acid laboratory. And it was Dr. Robert McCready, who was director of the newborn screening program in Massachusetts. He said, is there anybody who can come over and look at a big spot that we have on a paper chromatogram? I welcome the opportunity to go to the state laboratory, not only to see this spot, but because I wanted to see the state laboratory. I'd heard about newborn screening, and I'd heard about the state laboratory and the Massachusetts program, which was probably the best newborn screening program in the country at that time. I get up to the third floor and introduce myself, and they say, "Oh, yeah, good, glad, thanks." And then they show me this chromatogram, and it has a big spot of what I almost immediately recognized as methionine. And I only knew one reason for an elevated methionine at that time, and that is homocystinuria. So I said, I think this child has homocystinuria. I called the physician, the pediatrician, and I said, can you have the family bring this little boy into the hospital? Monday morning, I go to the laboratory, and there is the little boy. His name is Sean. Mm-hmm. And I see Sean, and he looks like a perfectly normal newborn. Right. So I got a blood test, we got a urine on him, and we would set about analyzing that. I said, by the way, do you have any other children? And the mother said, oh, yes, we have a daughter who's 4 years of age. I said, well, would you please bring your daughter in when you bring Sean in a couple of days, and I'll see him. We have the results, and of course the results showed an elevation of very marked elevation of homocysteine, and the elevation of methionine that we knew he had from the newborn screen. So, of course, they both had homocystinuria. So I started treating the little boy, and I tried to treat the girl. Now, she was on a perfectly normal diet. She was eating a lot of protein. She loved meat and all that kind of thing. We get him onto a formula that didn't have as much. Well, there was only one formula that anybody knew at that time that actually had been discovered by Dr. Perry in Vancouver. That, and of course, restricting to an extent possible the amount of protein that he was taking into his diet. So he was never in good control, but nevertheless, he was in somewhat good control. And of course, the daughter was never in any kind of control of homocystinuria. I followed them for 40 years, 45 years.
That was the first newborn discovery.
First case, and it was the first newborn discovered case of homocystinuria in the United States by newborn screening, and is, I think, probably maybe the second or third case worldwide that had been discovered by newborn screening. So that started me on my journey.